Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is a longtime friend. They've renamed their channel many times, but this is Zombie Gaming Jory. This is somebody who brings us a lot of video gameplay through shorts, videos, and live streams. And this creator, like I said, has been a longtime friend. I'm guessing at least a year, if not a little bit longer than that. When we look at shorts videos on this channel, we see that they're posting frequently, but a couple of these have already gotten beyond a couple of thousand views, which is great to see. And when we get into videos, they've just started with these, but they've also got a lot of live streams where they mix up a lot of very popular gaming titles. So I hope everybody will connect with Zombie Gaming Jory. They were early in the door today. They usually are, and they try to be here every single day. So I hope everybody will help push them towards the 800 subscribers they're thinking about, and I know you'll appreciate the support that comes back to you as well. So I've got quite a few names on the wheel today. Scratch and PPA, of course, is in the pole position. He's one of the most supportive creators that I've met in 6.5 years on YouTube. He is literally the reason why I use the words seems to be everywhere all the time to describe him and a few other creators. As well, Canadian Family Life and her husband Chris's Creation Fun are both in the chat. Derpy Playground and Nobody Should Be Forgotten are here. Butler Family Farm, Kermidge in Alaska, along with Mike and Rihanna's Adventures are all on the wheel already. Chocolate Drop is about to be added, and she's been going live all the time lately. Norwegian Homestead is also being added to the wheel. We always put members on the wheel here in Tuber Chat as soon as we see them, and then we will, after a long period of time, add some names onto our wheel from the chat list based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation. When names come up on the wheel, we put them on the screen and talk about their channels for a little while. Over weeks and months, as time goes on, I get to know the channels better and give you a better description of each of the creators behind these channels. So Norwegian Homestead, MT Homestead are both added to the wheel. KK's Travel and Education Vlogs is here. M&T Living and Cooking is in the house. Carrie Leonard's here, along with Come Hither with Heather and Drew's Adventures, who actually met just a couple of months ago with Werner's Adventures. Those creators came to the United States and Canada for a week to visit, and I was lucky enough to be able to share a meal with them and get their ins and outs of traveling through the United States and Canada as Australians. She Stole My Thunder's another fellow Canadian from Montreal. Thank you for coming in. I've got them on the wheel now. The mother and daughter duo is here, and hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Living with the Mahans, good to see you here. I hope I'm pronouncing that right for you. I think Florida Claimers Ted is also in the house, so thanks for being here. King Morgan is here. Virginia Bradley Adventures might be brand new in the chat, so hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. I'm going to spin the wheel right away. We'll get to our next channel. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat, and Just Jason Keto and More is also coming in. I'm going to put them on the wheel right now, and they will take the place of Nobody Should Be Forgotten. Now, I know not everybody can be here every single day or for every, for hours at a time every time we stream. We're usually here 3 or 4 times a week. But I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend, and we will get through as many channels as we can in the next 3 hours or so. And then when we look at Nobody Should Be Forgotten, this is an interesting one-of-a-kind channel in the Tuber Chat family. Now, I'm still getting to know the creator behind the channel, but they do something really unique. They volunteer in cemeteries to help clean up some of the things that just start to get a little bit weathered over time. and they give us a look at what they're doing on their channel, but you can see how much impact this is having just in the shorts videos alone. They've already gotten over 5,000 and 6,000 views on a few of these. One of them over 77,000 views. Even in the videos, we get an idea of what this creator's bringing. However, when we look at their about section, they give you an idea of exactly what to expect when we look at the restoration of headstones and other elements in these cemeteries. A little bit of before and after in some of the thumbnails as well. So you can see, I'm sure a lot of people will appreciate that work. And this creator lets us know that they appreciate what they learn about different people who have passed before us while they do the work that they do. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting to Nobody Should Be Forgotten. They're getting close to 1,800 subscribers already, so we'd love to push them a little bit closer. I'll spin the wheel again. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. Make This Go Viral LLC is in the house. Good to see you here. And Follow the Bradley's Fun is also in the house. So we're going to talk about two channels together right now. Chris's Creation Fun came up right away right now, and then his wife, Canadian Family Life, is going to be the next channel that we look at before we spin the wheel again. These creators are not too far behind each other, and I believe Chris's Creation Fun took inspiration from Canadian Family Life in starting their channel. Butterroll Boutique, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Is Courtney Shanice Reviews in the house too? I miss seeing them. I see somebody saying hello to them, but I miss seeing them come in. Miss Canadian Scrapper is in the house as well. Thanks for coming in. It's always exciting to see the different mix of channels that come through, because we mix our days and times up, right? So we're here 3 or 4 times a week, but we could be in the morning, we could be in the afternoon, even the evening. I'm in the Eastern time zone, of course, but sometimes we do these on different days of the week as well. So for instance, we're usually here on Sunday. We won't be here tomorrow. I have a family engagement, a family birthday to go and attend. And then on Monday, we'll be here at 6 p.m. Eastern. And when we look at Chris's Creation Fun, we see a creator who's recently renamed their channel, actually, and that's so that they can open things up to a variety of content. They started with 3D printing, and they've already got quite a few videos here, along with a couple of shorts for us to see. So Chris's Creation Fun is the husband of Canadian Family Life. The biggest complaint that I've gotten on YouTube in the last 6.5 years is, why is it so difficult to get our in real life friends and family to support our YouTube channels when we can find people online who are willing to do it? So I think it makes it that much more extra special when we find in real life friends and family members that are supporting each other the way this husband and wife combo is. Even though they've got separate channels, like I said, they're never too far behind each other, especially here in TuberChat. Ria's Blissful Connections, I've got you on the wheel now, and Lisa Knits and Vlogs, good to see you here. They're in Melbourne, Australia as well. Some of our Australian friends are in the house. We got a good handful right now, actually. And like I said, I do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. And that's the one of the reasons why we mix things up here in TuberChat. My flock is everywhere. Good to see you in the house. I got to get them onto the wheel as well. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. So next we're going to look at Canadian Family Life, which is Chris's Creation Fun's wife. This is Tiffany. And we have a few Tiffany's in the TuberChat family, but if I scroll through the live streams here, you'll recognize her right away because you've seen her on so many other channels already. If you spent any amount of time here in TuberChat, you likely already have some friends that she's collaborated with, or possibly even on your own channel in a live stream. They get involved in a lot of StreamYard panels. She also streams occasionally. So I'm just going to grab her latest video. She does a lot of grocery haul videos, along with cooking videos, some container gardening indoors, which is interesting to see, and hopefully everybody will enjoy that. Fairbrick Studio, good to see you in the house. Let me get you onto the wheel right away. And KK's Entertainment, KK's Travel and Education Vlogs, good to see you here. I Want to Know is in the house. And Get to the Farm is never far behind. They're working today, but I Want to Know is stopping in, but thank you. for that, and I'm always happy to see that kind of thing, you know, like I just mentioned about it doesn't have to be husbands and wives. We've got a couple of cousins that are here in the chat. I've had a family friend or two that have made appearances in Tuber Chat regularly in the past. And then forgive me, hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So when we look at Canadian family life, like I said, cooking videos, haul videos. She's also now getting into product reviews and unboxing videos, getting some happy mail on the channel, which I'm always happy to see. Shorts videos on Canadian family life have done well, also getting into well over 2,400 and 2,500 views. Live streams, like I said, are occasional on this channel, but Tiffany is found on other channels in StreamYard panels all the time, so it won't be long before you get to know her. 2,100 subscribers right now and already well on the road to 2,200. She is monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And let's think about spinning the wheel again. Izzy's in the house. I'm going to get them onto the wheel right away. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat here. And Scratch and PPA is coming up right now. So it's funny, today's working out a little bit opposite of what's been going on the last few streams, where some of our friends who've been waiting for hours on the wheel for their name to come up are starting to come up earlier today, which is great to see. Scratch and PPA knows what it's like both to be picked first and to have been saving the best for last here on the Wheel of Doom as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Scratch and PPA. In the meantime, if anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Growing with Hudson's in the house, be amazing. Sylvia is one of our longest standing members, as you can see. And I'm going to put her onto the wheel right now. Home Bartending with John is here. And they happen to be a silver member, which means we see their channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream. I need a quick moment, and I'll be right back. Like always, I'm not drinking nearly enough, so I'm going to have to try to stay on top of that. Izzy is gifting a membership in the chat, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And Florida Claimers Ted will be happy to have that if Florida Claimers Ted is still here. I know they're usually in the bushes, but if they're still active in the chat, I'll put them on the wheel right away. Florida Claimers Ted is a longtime friend. Some of you know them. They've been collaborating with the Stock Explorer recently. And thank you so much, Izzy. We're going to look at that channel next. We're treating those gifted memberships like super chats these days, so we'll put them on the screen right away and we'll get back to spinning the wheel right after. And yes, if anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. We all know what it's like to get into a live stream or premiere and you get captivated by the content or the conversation, saying hello to everyone, and forget that thumbs up for a moment. But that's why we give each other so many friendly reminders, and I appreciate those as well. Mrs. High, good to see you back in the house. Thanks for coming in. I've got, pardon me, Florida Claimers Ted on the wheel now with Rooted in Essential Oils. And Scratch and PPA up on the screen. Oh, you'll have to pardon me. My voice has been getting close to disappearing. I'm hoping to hold it together. Scratch and PPA is over 1,800 subscribers right now. He's known as a shining jewel here in the Tuber Chat family. He is one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my 6.5 years on YouTube, and this creator is the reason why I use the words, seems to be everywhere all the time, to describe him and a few other creators that are so unbelievably supportive. Now, Scratchin' PPA has always had presentation on the forefront of his mind. He contemplated what he was going to do with his channel before starting with his video series over 3 years ago now. And you can see that his bright, beautiful avatar is matched by his thumbnails. These give us a bit of a hint about the giveaways that happen in his video series as well. And then his banners updated every single week. His video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first video 3 years ago. And when we look at Scratchin' PPA's Scratch Challenge series of videos, he puts an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching. So I'll talk about that in a moment. It's a Cruise Life. Good to see you in the house. Love the Land Every Day is here. Good to have you here as well. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. And one of the things I always seem to forget lately, or often, is another supportive moderator here in Tuber Chat is Michael's Adventures. He's also been a friend of over 3 years, as most of our moderators have been. And he always sends his regards on the days he can't be here. We might see him either later or on next weekend. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So when we look for Scratchin' PPA's, or when we look inside Scratchin' PPA's Scratch Challenge series of videos, he puts an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching by pitting two different tickets against each other and giving us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow Scratchin' PPA on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets this series apart, makes it unique, and a lot of fun to be a part of. And what he does is sets up premieres. They're usually set on Saturday, so he put that out this morning, to be ready for Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. So he always premieres same time every single week without fail. That's been going on for almost 3 years as well. And Black Guns and Gardens, thank you for that super chat. I'm going to put your channel up on the screen right after Izzy, who gifted a membership, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. When we look at Scratchin' PPA's premieres, if you can make it in for one of these, you are going to find one of the fastest rolling chats that you've seen in the Tuber Chat family. Faster than this, faster than most others. He rivals those of Hild the DC, VS Speaks Royally, The Stock Explorer, Garden State Gardener, and a few others. And it is very fast-paced, very high energy, a lot of fun to be a part of. Now, every moderator on this channel is a dear friend of mine. They have been for a long time. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels, and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way that we do here as well. Mr. Fulton Mraz, good to see you in the chat. He's always got interesting news for us, so thank you for that. I've got him on the wheel as well. And Scratchin' PPA has recently expanded the content on his channel. When we look into his live streams, we see that this creator brought us his first ever live stream from a vacation that he took in Italy just a couple of months ago. So I know a lot of people were excited for that, and for the fact that he's expanded his content now, bringing us a lot of different shorts, both a mix of vacation vlogging footage and some lottery ticket scratching from some tickets most of us might not otherwise have seen. So I hope everybody will connect with Scratchin' PPA. There are some of us who literally text each other and have alarms set on our phones to make sure that we don't miss Scratchin' PPA's premieres. And like I said, those happen every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern. I'm just going to get the next channel on the chat. Izzy gifted a membership earlier, so we're putting that channel up right away. We treat those gifted memberships the same way that we treat super chats. And Black Guns and Gardens will be up next. Design with Emma will follow because they just dropped a super chat as well. So thank you both for that extra generous support. And Mrs. High just grabbed a membership as well. So I've got them on the wheel already. We always add members onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. And Izzy is bringing us some really interesting music and visuals on their channel. So they're promised to bring us variety, but when we look through their videos, we see a lot of pleasing visuals and a lot of variety, to be honest with you. So what I'm going to do is take their latest video. They just put this out yesterday. Put that in a special playlist I have called Catch Up, and that's just for me to keep caught up with creators. Playlists can be a great tool for that. When we look at their shorts videos, we see that some of these have started to move well over 1,000 views now, but one of them at 12,000, which is great to see. And then live streams are frequent on the channel as well, and there's a lot of variety here also. So I'm still getting to know this creator, but they've been with us just over, I believe, a month now, maybe a couple of months. And forgive me if I'm mistaken, sometimes I start to lose track of some of these friendships because we've got people here now who've been with TuberChat from the beginning. If you can imagine, over 600 of these live streams and over 3.5 years now. So Izzy's at 1,400 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 1,500 they're going to be thinking about, and we see that they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or at mention TuberChat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. We're going to go for a break now for 3.5 minutes and come back with Black Guns and Gardens, followed by Design with Emma. All right, we're back and looking at Black Guns and Gardens. This creator dropped a super chat right before we went on break there, along with Design with Emma. So we'll look at that channel next. We'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. I did add a couple of sections, so you'll notice there's a section now called Clear the Wheel, and there's a section called Add a Name. So when the Clear the Wheel section comes up, I will wipe all of the names off of the wheel and reload with any of the members that are in the chat at the time. What that does is speed things up for us and gives us a chance to get more newer channels onto the wheel during the course of the 3-hour stream. We're usually here for 3 hours. And then the add a name section speeds things up as well, so that when we see that section come up, which of course is random, I will pick a name out of the chat list at the time to be added to the wheel based on who's been most actively engaged in conversation during the course of the stream, and I have a robot in the background that helps keep track of that. Conscious Business Services and Opportunities is actually Charlene Heel with a second channel. She's a member, so I've got her on the wheel right away, and hopefully I haven't missed anybody coming into the chat. KK's Travel and Education Vlogs asked a question in the chat, but I'm not sure if that was for me or not, asking how long have you played in YouTube lately? I'm not sure exactly what you meant by that. If that was for me, just please repeat it. If that was for, and reword it if you don't mind. If that was for somebody else, we'll just let it go. So when we look at Black Guns and Gardens, especially, we can get to the About section here. On this channel, they plan to take us on their family's journey to self-sufficiency through gardening, preparedness, and self-defense. So they come to us from what I consider the homesteading community of channels. A lot of creators are bringing us similar types of content, but the biggest reason why is because of the intent and the generosity in these creators seeming instinctively to want to share knowledge and resources with each other. So 1,800 subscribers for this channel. When we get to their shorts videos, we get a bite-sized look at what they're going to bring to us. Lots of product reviews here, but this channel also is going to give us a lot of tips and tricks, and again, talking about that self-sufficiency and preparedness. Solar panels are a big thing. Obviously, growing our own food is a great help. And Black Guns and Gardens is going to do all this and more, but they're also out there supporting other creators constantly. So hopefully everybody will connect with them. We'd like to push them on the road towards the 1,900 they're thinking about. We always say that you're officially on a road when you pass a 100 milestone. And since Black Guns and Gardens has passed 1,800, we can see that they're officially on the road to 1,900 subscribers now. And let's look at Design with Emma. This is somebody who's fairly new in the Tuber Chat family, just finding us within the last couple of months, but they're already at 1,900 subscribers, or very close to it. We might even get them up and over that milestone today. We'll hope so. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including Super Chats and memberships when we get there, and they are going to help us with interior decor and design. Shorts bring a lot of variety, and we see this from a lot of creators, most in fact here in the Tuber Chat family, regardless of niche or category. For the long form content, shorts tend to bring a lot of variety. So we see some of these are doing really well at 16,000, 18,000, even 32,000 and beyond. Live streams are something they've been doing frequently, usually at least once a week, and then videos are posted frequently as well. So they just put one up yesterday. I'm going to take that and put it into a special playlist I have so I can keep caught up with creators. And hopefully you'll do the same thing when you get there. Like I said, we'd love to push her towards the 1,900 subscribers she's thinking about. I think she's been with us every single day since finding us within the last couple of months. So thank you again, Design with Emma and Black Guns and Gardens, for those super chats. I really do appreciate that. Izzy started us off with a gifted membership for today, so thank you for that again, Izzy. And then Miss High grabbed a membership, so they're on the wheel. Charlene Heel, look at that luck. You just came in, and the wheel has chosen you right away. The odds seem to ever be in your favor today. And we'll see what Charlene Heel's got going on 2 of her channels, and then I'll have a look through the chat for a quick second. The Amazing M&G, good to see you here. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. And, oh, how long was I in YouTube? So I've been here for 6.5 years. I started on YouTube 6.5 years ago. I actually started by running channels for other people, but I've been in social media my whole adult life. Probably you could almost consider it since my teenage years when CompuServe and AOL were the thing, if we want to consider those social media. In my opinion, they are, because they let us interact with each other. But I started 6.5 years ago. I started my own personal channel a little beyond 5.5 years ago now. Superchat was started 3.5 years ago, so I'd already been on YouTube for a couple of years. This channel was inspired by the generosity that I saw in other creators wanting to help each other. So it took a couple of years for me to be introduced to the small YouTuber community, if we want to call it that. But I was overwhelmed. Never before in my life have I seen so much generosity from people. As opposed to the idea of competition, these people were looking at it as, come with us. Let me introduce you to all my friends. And the way I could describe it is like similarly to somebody who might be not the most outgoing person in the world arriving at college and then finding one of those outgoing people that says, hey, come, we got a party going on. We got food, we got this and that. Come meet everybody. You know, and that's what it kind of felt like. And I was like, this is incredible. Now, TuberChat is not the first growth stream by any stretch of the imagination. There were many growth streams as early as a year before TuberChat was started. But the interesting thing about it that I keep going back to is the idea that I said to these creators, hey, I'm going to start a channel and do exactly what you do. And they didn't say, no, don't do that. There's too many. Don't copy me. Go do your own thing. They said, yes, do it. We'll help you. And they did. And they did. Pardon me. Some of those people are still friends today, which is, well, they're all still friends today, but are almost all. But they're, most of those creators are still with us regularly here. So, yeah, CompuServe. It's true. I was so enthralled by the internet that I literally had CompuServe and AOL. So I started working at a very young age. When I was about 11 years old, I started... I started shoveling snow and cutting lawns for people. My mother had said to me, the lady across the street will pay you $5 if you want to go cut her lawn because they can't do it, or shovel the snow. I forget which came first because I'm in Canada, of course, right? And the first thing I did was start running up and down the street, knocking on doors, seeing who else would pay me $5 to cut their lawn or shovel the snow. And that was back when in Canada our minimum wage was $5 an hour too. So that gives you an idea of how long ago that might have been. And then I always had a little bit of money, never a lot, but a little bit, even through school, because I would keep part-time jobs. I started working full-time at 16. I had one full-time summer job before that. And so when it came time for the internet, I went out and bought the modem for our family computer. And I said to my mother, can you do me a favor? I didn't have credit cards at the time. I said, can you get me CompuServe and AOL and I'll pay for them? And I was, like I said, enthralled by this stuff. So it's a long time ago. Forgive my long story. But I did want to share that. Sometimes I don't go into so much detail about it. Maciel Family Adventures is the new channel from Drunken Chef Barbecue, a longtime friend. And Abandoned Exploring Mike is in the house. Chevy KG Addict is here. Making people mods and the important of it. So Chocolate Drop, as a matter of fact, thank you for asking that question. We'll talk about Charlene Heel for a second. But something came up this morning, actually. I was in another channel's live stream. Her name is Panama City. And she's here regularly with us. Some of you know her. And they had talked about that and the idea of some channels give everybody a wrench, right? Some channels will decide to make everybody moderators. Now, I'm never here to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channel. I don't want to do that, even if I accidentally do or if I slip and it sounds like it. I take moderating very seriously, but for a couple of reasons. So I had a disaster back in the early days of Tuber Chat. We had a moderator who obviously was very trusted and went through and started deleting all kinds of people. So it's easy to get over that. You just clear out the banned list. But we're lucky because we had a bunch of people start messaging us on Instagram and say, hey, I can't get in, I can't get in, I can't get in. And it's, an awful thing to have had happen. But these things happen in life, right? You feel like you can trust people, and then some once in a while. Hopefully it's rare, but somebody lets you down. But that's okay. That's life for all of us. So for that reason, I keep a very small number of moderators. We have a core group of about 10 that are here for most streams. Everybody here knows Scratch and Pete PA. Most of you know the Stock Explorer, Corinne's Life, Sam's Logs, Trains and More, Kristen Welton, and a few others that are here frequently. Others come in and out as they can. But one of the things I recommend to everybody is the idea of using robots like Nightbot, Streamlabs, Stream Elements to handle some of the simple things that you don't need moderators to do. And that means like reminding everybody to follow you on Instagram and TikTok and things like that, right? Because in my opinion, you want your moderators to enjoy the stream as well. So robots can handle that job, and you can have them say it as frequently as you want. I promise it's less effective than we all think, but it is a good idea to have it. I use all the robots on all of my channels. But the other point that was made in Panama City's live stream today, I can't remember for the life of me who said it while they were in there. But they said, I was lurking. I was there for 15 minutes and then I stopped chatting, but I had let the stream run and I glanced over. And somebody had mentioned the idea of wrenches, right? When you give somebody the moderator status, they get that blue wrench icon beside them. Some people will call it a blue jacket or blue shoes, and we say funny, silly things about it. So somebody pointed out it's not necessary to make everybody moderators because you can add a command in the chat that lets everybody drop their own link. And lots of channels do that. I do that on all my other channels. We don't do it here in Tuber Chat for a couple of reasons, but the biggest reason is because we don't just want people dropping their link thinking it helps, because the magic of what we're doing here happens because the friendships are made that hopefully eventually flourish, and it starts with conversation. Dropping a link has so much less effect than I think a lot of people think that it does. Now, I could be wrong, so forgive me. I don't want to make it sound like I know everything or anything like that, because I certainly don't. I learn from creators of all sizes every single day. But hopping into a chat, dropping your link, I have yet to see anybody tell me they get 20, 30, or 50 subscribers from doing that. What it does help with is if somebody says, hey, I'm talking about a channel like Charlene Heel here right now in some other channels where she will frequent often. She's out supporting people all the time. Somebody might say, let me drop their link because I'm talking about them right now. If anybody wants to go to the channel that I'm talking about, you could do that. But here in Tuber Chat, I insist that everybody goes through the effort of searching, finding, clicking on each other, because it's a mentality, right? It speaks to generosity. It speaks to the idea of doing more for others than we expect them to do for us. And you know as well as I do that anybody would say, when you put the most amount of effort into something, you're going to get the best results, at least over the long term. I can't imagine anybody's built their channel just by dropping links everywhere. So moderators here in Tuber Chat, I keep a small number because all of our moderators are very experienced, and they've all been dear, close friends of mine now on YouTube for over 3 years, almost every single one. And they're all friends of each other, and each one of these people cares deeply about other people more so than what they wish for their own YouTube channels. Now, that's not to say that there's not lots of other people here in the Tuber Chat family that feel the same way. There certainly is, but I don't want everybody to be bogged down with moderator duties and things like that. We're very lucky. YouTube's given us a few tools to cut down on the trolling and spamming, so hopefully our moderators can enjoy the streams more often than having to worry about controlling them. Right? So that's the idea. I just want everybody to enjoy their time here. And, you know, over time, if we feel that there's need for more moderators, I'll add one or two. But I've only been adding one a year for the last 2 years, right? The Stock Explorer was added last year, and Rambling with the Brooms was added a few months ago. And that was actually while Scratch and Pete PA was on vacation, because he's here for every single stream, if you can believe it, for hours at a time. So forgive me, I know my speeches are very long. I wondered if that would happen today. But thank you for asking about the moderator. Keep in mind, it's only opinion. That's all it is. And Tuber Chat is a very different channel than most others out there, right? Even I have a personal channel. Some of you know we have a music channel. All the same music that you hear in the background is available on another channel. And so on those channels, I treat most things like everybody else would. But because this is a utilitarian channel, we're here for a purpose. Things can be a little bit different here. And then we can open things up and change things around if we feel like we need to. There's Michael's Adventures, another dear and beloved moderator and dear friend. He has been with us since the beginning, or very close to it, right? So between Scratch and PPA and Michael's Adventures, they were two of our very first moderators to have come in and be added within the first, 30 or 40 or 50 episodes of Tuber Chat, and have been here ever since. But these two creators, I talk about Scratch and PPA and Michael's Adventures together because both of them, in similar but possibly different ways, care very much more about the success of other people's channels than they do about their own. Now, what I gather from that is that they probably think the same way that I do. And what I'll tell you is my motivation here, the idea that if I do as much as I possibly can for other people, I will get what I want. It's guaranteed. You can't stop human nature even if you want to. And we don't need every single person to do every single thing for every other single person. It's not necessary. Only the 1% can ever be the 1%. Only the top 10 can ever be the top 10. But we all know what we're doing and our intentions while we're here. So if you think about generosity and think, yes, I want to do more for other people. I don't care if I only get 10 comments today, but I'm going to go leave 50 for other people. And I don't care if I only get 10 views today. I'm going to go watch as many videos as I can, right? And different people have different schedules, so we can't always do as much as each other. It's not a race, it's not a competition, it's not a comparison and things like that. But I promise you, if we all just do as much as we possibly can for each other, everybody will be just fine. And in most cases, you're going to find people with YouTube channels 2-3 years down the road saying this has become bigger than I ever believed that it would. Some of that starts from a strong and solid foundation of true supporters that are going to help with your retention because they're watching your videos from beginning to end. They're watching most of what you come out with. They're leaving more comments than the average viewer would have. They're remembering the thumbs up more often than other people, and things like that. So friendships are the number one thing that I hear people enjoy about their YouTube journey. I feel the same way. I'm sure almost everybody here does in the chat, or everybody, but you'll feel more so that way over time. So forgive the long speeches today. I'm going to get back to channels right now. If there's something that I've missed in the chat that anybody wanted me to see specifically, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @ Tuber Chat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch time around. It's the Bankroll is in the house. Everyday Life with Ron and Rose is here, and hopefully I haven't missed anybody. As long as everybody's still active in the chat, we should get around to everybody. I tend to miss a lot in the chat while I'm talking endlessly. And hopefully our friends find that as entertaining as anything else. I don't know what it's like to listen to me, but I do appreciate all of you trying to do it. Express Baskets and Treats, good to see you in the house. Charlene Heel is a creator that absolutely has generosity at the forefront of her mind. Her idea is to bring wellness coaching to YouTube, and she does that through video shorts and live streams. She's also been a friend of about 3 years here. She's monetized, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. When we look at her channel, we see some videos. She posts frequently. It's been a couple of months, but she'll likely get back to that. She's been doing a lot of live streaming lately. Shorts have come out on this channel, over 2,000 views, which is great to see. And then, like I said, live streams are frequent. She's with Angel Light Over Darkness over here. She collaborates with others regularly, and I've got a notification on for one she's got coming up today, as a matter of fact, in about 5-6 hours from now, so hopefully everybody will join her for that. She's got a second channel here also called Conscious Business Services and Opportunities, and this is where she brings wealth, spirituality, and entrepreneurship, which basically is in line with the wellness. Oh, my dear goodness. If we buffer, just please refresh. Panama City, good to see you in the house. I was talking about her earlier because that was the live stream I was talking about when we were mentioning moderators, because somebody made a good point in the chat there. Future Fortune Minds, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in for the first time. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here, and everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Legal Minded Friends, Karen Cole, I don't think I got you on the wheel yet, but I did see you, and Global Trend Trackers has been added. Oh, sorry, yes I did. Pardon me, yes I did. Legal Minded Friends, Karen Cole, I did put you on the wheel. Sometimes I copy and paste while I talk endlessly, like I said. So as well, Conscious Business Services is about to mention are here at 2,000, 3,000, and even 5,000 views. Live streams on this channel, I believe, are frequent as well. And if I know we're buffering a little bit. Yes, this creator is streaming on this channel frequently as well. It looks like they might be simulcasting some of their other streams, and they'll likely get back to more video content very soon as well. I'm going to watch how much I'm talking today because my voice seems to be struggling a little bit. We'll spin the wheel. So Crimmage Crimmage in Alaska is coming up right now. I know we might be buffering right now, and I see the internet going in and out there. If it cuts off, we will restart one time if it breaks within the next half hour or so. And let me just double check. I always have our tether on as a backup. But I'm close to Toronto today. So we do have our 5G fiber optic, good, healthy internet stuff. That should be holding us together. Derpy Playground is gifting a membership, so thank you for that. I really do appreciate that extra generous support, and I know Charlene Heel, which is the channel that we just looked at, will be happy to have that on her Conscious Business Services and Opportunities channel. So Derpy Playground will come up next. We're treating those gifted memberships like Super Chats these days. And Tips World Talks, let me get you onto the wheel as well. We'll get back to spinning shortly also. And there's Get to the Farm. Yes, never count on technology. I'm amazed still. I don't want to get into too much of a speech about that, but I'm amazed how in 2023 we still have things that don't work properly. So I roll my eyes when I talk about some of the I talk about some of the glitches and things that happen on YouTube and other platforms. Why? Why does this happen? Just make it work, you know? So Kermidge in Alaska is here with 652 subscribers right now. They're working on 700. This is a Airbnb style of homestead in Alaska, completely off grid. I'm just going to grab their latest video and I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. I actually caught them for a live stream the other day for the first time, which I was happy for. We always have notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. And it gives us the best chance to catch each other for live streams and premieres and things like that. But I set notifications for them anyway. And then when we get into shorts on this channel, we'll see what they've got here with a bit of variety, getting into 1,400 and 1,700 views and beyond. You'll get an idea about what they plan to bring us from Alaska in their About section. I'm not sure how many creators we have in Alaska in total in the Superchat family, but I don't think there's very many. Derpy Playground is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. They gifted a membership earlier, which was picked up by Conscious Business Services and Opportunities. So I know Charlene Heel will be happy to have that. Derpy Playground's been with us every day since finding us, or close to it. This is a junior high student that's creating a little bit of variety between some cardboard boats, including the Titanic. They expect to bring some video gameplay as well as skits and other content as well. There's Hild the DC. I mentioned her name just for a quick second earlier because she is a beloved and dedicated moderator here in Tuberchat, one of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my 6.5 years. Derpy Playground as well has got a brand new video, so I'm just going to put this one into my catch-up list. They just put that out an hour ago. And then they've got some shorts videos that have started to move as well. Look at these, 4,000 views, 8,000 views, one of them at 44,000 views, which is great to see. Then when we get into live streams, this is something this creator might bring back in the future. It looks like they might have experimented with them, and hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. They are working on 2,700 subscribers now. So thank you again, Derpy Playground, for that gifted membership. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Let's spin the wheel. We'll see what's going to happen next. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. We already saw Black Guns and Gardens because they actually dropped a super chat earlier for us. So I got to clean up the wheel a little bit. I might have a name or two on there that I need to pull off, and we'll spin again and we'll see who's coming up. And Rambling with the Brooms is in the house, gifting a membership as well. So thank you, Scott. He's done things like that time and time and time again, countless times. So thank you for that. Global Trend Trackers is going to be up on deck here. I will get them ready to go. Rambling with the Brooms will be looked at after that before we start spinning the wheel again, because we're treating those gifted memberships like super chats these days. So we'll put them on the screen right away and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel afterwards. If It's the Bankroll is still in the house, I'm sure they'll be excited to have that membership. They've been a member many times before. And I'll put them on the wheel right away if they're here. So what we'll do right now is go for 3.5 minutes, and we'll come back with we'll come back with Global Trend Trackers. Then we'll look at Rambling with the Brooms. If anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And then if you haven't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. It's the Bankrolls on the wheel. Okay, we'll go for our 3-minute break after Global Trend Trackers here. VJ Max Gamer, good to see you in the house. and I'll get Rambling with the Brooms ready to go after the break. So Global Trend Trackers is staying ahead of the world's pulse. What they're doing is bringing us newsworthy and some polarizing content. But let's look at how their shorts are doing, because they got these front and center. Some of these are starting to move into thousands of views here, many over 4,000. One of them almost at 9,000, which is great to see. I think that one's still moving. And then videos are frequent on the channel as well. They're putting these out usually a couple times a week as a minimum. So we'll see if they're going to continue that. Almost 1,400 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And then let's go for our break, 3.5 minutes. We'll come back with Rambling with the Brooms. All right, we're back and looking at Rambling with the Brooms. This is a longtime friend, and I mentioned them earlier in the stream today when we were talking about moderators. Chocolate Drop is a dear friend and somebody who mentioned the idea of moderators. And Rambling with the Brooms is the most recent addition to the Tuber Chat mod squad. Now here we have a group of about 10 moderators that are here with us frequently, and then a group of another somewhere between 5 and 10 that are here once in a while, but they've been with us from the very beginning. They're all dear friends of mine, probably from even longer than Tuber Chat's been around. Now, The reason why we keep a small number of moderators is because I use the robots, first of all, to help. YouTube gives us some tools that help with spamming and trolling and things like that, so that the moderators really don't have to do too much of that. There are a lot of things that moderators can help with that the robots can't do. So you can set a robot to welcome everybody while they come in, or at least for now you can. Vatissimo's going to be gone after the end of this month. But when your moderators are making people truly feel welcome in your live streams and premieres and on your channel, that can be a great help. They can help by knocking out some of the trolling and spamming nonsense that comes around, even in comments. If they happen to see something ridiculous, you know, sometimes people don't know better than to just say nonsense, not even out of anger, but just out of misery, if we want to call it that. Moderators can help with that too, just in case you miss something, right? But Rambling with the Brooms has been a dear friend for now over 2 years. He happens to be a fellow Canadian, but we added him as a moderator actually just a few months ago, not as long as I thought, but just a few months ago, while Scratch and PPA went on a vacation, as a matter of fact. But Scott is also another creator, like many other people are here in the Superchat family, who are moderators on hundreds of other channels. For that matter, I should put it out there because I don't say it often enough. If you see me on your channel, which hopefully at some point you will, whether it's for premieres, live streams, or anything else, you can add me as a moderator, and I will help while I'm there, absolutely. I try to mix the love up for everybody, of course, bouncing in between different channels. But Scott and many of our moderators here, and lots of other people that I know in the chat here, are moderators on tons, dozens of channels, sometimes hundreds of channels. Now, Rambling with the Brooms also, this is Scott. He's an advocate for helping others grow. He introduces us to new channels. He tries to help people hit milestones like their first 100 and far beyond and things like that. He's got over 2,100 subscribers right now, and he comes to us from the homesteading community of channels. So he happens to be in Canada and brings us a mix of indoor and outdoor content. There's product reviews, opportunity to get to know Scott. I've even hung out with him in a few live streams while he's been in the Sugar Shack making some famous Canadian maple syrup. His shorts show some of our winter weather there, and these have gotten into 3,000 views and beyond. One of them over 7,700 views, and then live streams are frequent. He's on every Thursday and Friday. Sometimes he does pop-up streams as well, and he's got a project going on right now because he collaborates with other creators and is literally willing to drive hundreds of miles to do so. One of the things that he's got is a cruise coming up. That's a collaboration with Jesse from Lazy Days Ahead, Jesse and Lisa. And what they're doing is setting up a cruise to go for a week from Seattle to Alaska in the summer of 2025, August as a matter of fact. And they're trying to book 100 rooms of creators and supporters. There's lots of time to get involved in that. And then Big Valley Living, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I'm going to put your channel up next. Rambling with the Brooms, thank you for that gifted membership, by the way. That helped them skip the line. But we'll get back to spinning the wheel now. Hild the DC is going to come up. And Scott's done that many times before, that kind of thing. So thank you for that. I do appreciate the extra generous support, of course. Hild the DC's up now. She's another beloved and dedicated moderator and has been for 3 years now. Eddie Lugo Studios is in the house. I love his morning show with they don't always do it in the morning. I think I missed an evening one yesterday, but he does a lot of collaborating with other creators as well. Eddie Lugo Studios always has exciting things to say in everybody's premieres and live streams and things like that, but I've caught him many times. He's doing something with Cruising is Fun Anytime and the Muster Drill, and the three of them get together every morning to talk cruising and give us a lot of news about the travel industry. Ron Rose Neal, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. Stephen Tina Jewel, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. Probably listening, but just to make sure. When is maple syrup time? When is it out? I think it's after Christmas and all that stuff. I think it's like later in February when winter's in full force. I've been lucky enough to be out to what do we call this place here? Courtright Center is the place that I've been to in Ontario, Canada, where they make maple syrup. I've been there with my family, actually. We went as a trip when I was a kid over there just to see how it was done. But what they do is they get you involved, so you get to see how the sap comes out of the tree, and I forget the process for making the actual maple syrup, but then they bring some of the syrup out, and what they do is they put a table of snow out, like they cover a table with snow. You put the syrup right on the snow and it turns it into like candy, like toffee or something like that. I vaguely remember. I was very young, but we did that through our school system as well. And then, yes, buffering. Why are we having this trouble again? We had the internet repaired, and forgive me my whining and complaining, but we literally had this thing fixed. I'm still convinced that what they did was they came to fix it, and they put a new line in, but that was temporary, and then when they came to put the permanent line in, I'm convinced that they just hooked up the old line. And I could be mistaken, but Great Lakes Adventures, good to see you here. It's so frustrating, you know, this bit with the internet. It's 2023. Why can't the stuff just work, right? Butler Family Farm is rolling over their membership. I think that, did that just happen automatically? I think it did, and you accidentally took over the stream boss position, which is really cool as well. Butler Family Farm's been a long-time member. MT Homestead just dropped a super chat as well, so thank you so much for the kind words, and thank you for the extra generous support. I certainly do appreciate that. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated, of course. For that reason, MT Homestead will come up next. Let's talk about Hild the DC. I'm going to try to speed things up now and start talking about some more channels. So Hild the DC, again, and pardon me, because Judgment Day Mike Harper is coming up. Yeah, Butler Family Farm is just random, right? But that's one thing that can happen during your streams, is somebody's membership will roll over right at that moment if you happen to be on the same date and time next month. But Butler Family Farm's been a member for a long time, and they're here for just about every single stream, too, for which I'm grateful. So we still have yet to talk about their channel, but it will come up. Judgment Day Mike Harper's on the wheel. Now, Hild the DC, I mentioned earlier, is one of the most encouraging creators that I've met in my YouTube journey, and that's been in the last 6.5 years. Now, Hild the DC has been here for over 3 years, and as a beloved and dedicated moderator. All of our moderators are dear friends of each other. And Hild the DC, like I said, is one of the most encouraging creators. She has a strong, independent personality, of course, but what she does, in my opinion, is stands right beside and behind her community and her friends and her family members here on YouTube wholeheartedly. And you'll find that in her content, there are positive affirmations coming from this particular creator, as well as special effects she puts on the screen during her productions, and then she even gets Nightbot on the case. So there's a lot of positivity in there, and motivation and inspiration. Now, Hild the DC is very much known for mukbang-style product reviews, taste test challenges, as well as a lot of live streaming. And I've been lucky to join her both on her other channel, or both on her channel and on other channels as well for StreamYard panels and things like that. And she's live streamed many times. She hops in and generously shares content by joining others frequently as well. She's got some shorts on the channel, and she's had some success here getting into 6,000 views and beyond. One of them over 47,000 views, which is great to see. Live streams are something she's been doing occasionally lately, but we're looking forward to some new content and then hopefully some more live streaming from her as well. Glorious Platter, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And I feel like I missed another channel. Together We Travel, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. So MT Homestead is coming up next. They dropped a super chat, so thank you for that extra generous support. We always put super chatters on the screen right away. Members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, and we'll get back to spinning shortly. So MT Homestead is here. Mike and Terry with almost 5,300 subscribers. You know, I say of channels of this size that there must be much to be learned from them, as well as entertained and inspired by, because of what they must have already been through in their YouTube journey to get to a level of, let's say, 3,000 and beyond. So they've long passed that. They've recently come into the Superchat family, but we had a influx of homesteading channels start about 2 years ago, and it's really picked up. So we've got a lot of friends in the homesteading category, and I group a lot of genres together. I say farming, ranching, gardening, even camping, fishing, and other outdoor types of channels. Even though these creators are bringing us about a 50% mix of indoor and outdoor content, they want to share knowledge and resources with each other. We learn a lot from these creators, and they do a lot of do-it-yourself videos or let us show you how we do it videos in the effort of helping make each other's lives easier and helping us avoid each other's mistakes, as a matter of fact. I say us, I mean them. I support them, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, they seem to be posting videos once a week. They've got shorts on the channel as well, which we'll try to look at. We'll see if the internet wants to cooperate. And yeah, we're just waiting for the page to refresh. My internet seems to be flaky, but hopefully it'll hold on. And we're tethering anyway, so we have a bit of a backup here. We should be able to hold it together. 4,000 views on a couple of these, 8,000 on one of them, which is great to see. And then live streams are something that seems to be happening very frequently as well, several times a week. I thought I caught them for a live stream already, but I could be wrong. These are creators I'm still getting to know. But they also are letting us know they're from Oklahoma. That's a really cool avatar, by the way. That will do well when it comes to the idea of printing that on merch and things like that. Forgive me for not knowing if they're already doing that. They've got information about their channel on the About page, and like I said, I'm still getting to know them, but hopefully you'll enjoy that as well. We'd love to push them up and over that 5,300 subscribers they're thinking about. I was being remixed for a minute, says Creative Beauty Butterfly. Yes, I bet that I was. It was probably repeating itself. We could have thrown a beat behind that, and it would have been entertaining, I'm sure. Thank you for that. You're making me laugh. What am I looking for here? I think I just blew it on the wheel. I'm not sure if anybody happened to notice who just came up because I typed again. So the wheel is sitting on Miss High. I'm going to put that channel up. I don't think it's the one that came up from spinning, but that's okay. Well, this creator actually just got a membership today. They were here for what I believe was I think this is their second time with us. First time on the screen. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is dig through your videos here, and I'm going to put one of these into a special playlist that we all have called Watch Later. And what that will allow me to do is, after the live stream today, I'll go through my Watch Later list. I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and turn your notification bell on. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 or 4 times a week, but we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. Thank you again, MT Homestead, for that super chat, by the way. I'm not sure if I thanked you again. And then Scratch and PPA, thank you for catching that. I wasn't sure. When I spin the wheel and then I don't, and then I start typing, it's possible to take the needle off of the channel that was chosen. So right now, Judgment Day Mike Harper is going to come up, and we'll see what they've got going on their channel. And Judgment Day Mike Harper is with us just about every single day as well. They just found us about a month ago. The Bud Files are in the house. I use the word seems to be everywhere all the time to describe them as well. I run into them constantly in other people's live streams and premieres. They're posting almost daily. Between live streams and videos, they're on literally almost every day. I've been lucky to catch them for live streams a couple times lately. Judgment Day Mike Harper is bringing us 341 subscribers. First of all, they got shorts on their front page here. So let's look at how these are doing. We see that these have gotten into over 1,000 views. And there's a bit of variety there. And then when we get into live streams, they're streaming frequently. So I'm just going to grab the latest live stream replay and put that in my catch-up list. That'll give you a few watch minutes there. And we know that they post videos frequently as well, usually on average once a week or so. So we'll see if they're going to continue with that, and they give you an idea about what they're doing on their channel from their About section, as most creators do. And hopefully we can push them up towards the 400 subscribers that we know they must be thinking about. The Stock Explorer is in the house. It's always good to see you here. Our Clear the Wheel section is coming up right now. So what that means is that I'm about to wipe out the wheel and take all of the names off, and I'm going to reload with any of the members that are in the chat right now. So if any of our members are listening or watching and haven't been on the wheel or the screen yet, just please be active in the chat. I'll get you back on the wheel in a moment. And we'll go for 3.5 minutes, and I'll wipe that out. If anybody wants to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. And if you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So let's go for 3.5 minutes, and we will be back with Butler Family Farm. All right, we're back and looking at Butler Family Farm in a second here. I thought I was ready. So what I did was wipe out the wheel there. We had our clear the wheel section come up, so we're down to 10 names now. I'm sure that will increase, but we've still got an hour and a half to go if everybody would like to stay that long, or as long as our internet or my voice holds out. If we lose the internet now if we lose the stream due to the internet now, we'll just be off. We won't come back. We'll be back on Monday. And as long as my voice holds out for the next hour and a half, we're good to go. Now, Butler Family Farm is here with us just about every single day. They're incredibly supportive creators. Jerry and Susan really do a great job of making effort to be a part of the YouTube community. And that's not just about growing their channel. They really like being involved. And they go to a lot of meetups. They show us these in their live streams. Hopefully I'll catch you for another live stream shortly. But I've caught them many times while they've been out, thankfully, at these meetups. They also do a lot of StreamYard panels where they have other creators joining them as well, which is great to see because they're all constantly collaborating with others. It's a great way to grow the foundation of your channel. And I've caught them a few times, a couple times actually, as surprise. But I was so grateful to have been able to be introduced to other channels in that way, and I'm always happy to see creators getting together. Now, Butler Family Farm as well has some shorts getting into 4,000 and 5,000 views and beyond, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Pardon me while I look at Trish the Natural in the chat. I'm going to get her added to the wheel right now. She's also here just about every single day. And then we will get into their videos here. Now, Butler Family Farm has 116 acres of farming and homesteading content for us. Some indoors, some outdoors. They've got a lot of livestock. They've got quite a list on their About page here. They're going to bring back bees onto the farm, which were there for the first time this year. Those will be back around March. They've also got cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, and some cats and dogs for us to enjoy with them. They are bringing us a new video here. So this one came out yesterday. I'm going to put this in a special playlist I use called Catch Up, and that'll give me a chance to keep caught up with them. Hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm. We'd love to push them towards the 2,400 subscribers that they're thinking about. And I just mentioned playlists. Playlists can be a great tool for keeping caught up with creators. So if anybody wants to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So I've just had the add a name section come up, and that's something random that I added as well to try to speed it up for at least one creator to be able to get onto the wheel a little bit earlier than they otherwise might have. And I've got a robot in the background that helps keep track of that. I'll be switching to Streamlabs soon. They keep the same statistics, but Bautissimo is one I've been using up until now, and it's being discontinued at the end of the month. So KK's travel and education vlogs, I've got you on the wheel now. And then we'll add some more names as we need them, usually when we get down to about 5 or 6 channels. So the Bud Files is up here right now. They're posting just about daily, like I was saying. What they started their channel for was the intent of becoming modern-day archaeologists and uncovering history and digitally preserving it in video through shorts and live streams as well as long-form content. Now, they've really expanded the content on their channel over the last year or longer, and they give us a great chance to get to know the family behind the channel. As a matter of fact, the other day I was in a live stream. They were bowling in the house, which I thought was great. I've caught them crafting. I think that was just before Halloween, as a matter of fact. And sometimes they're singing, dancing, playing a game, or they could be taking us out to some family adventures, especially ghost towns, graveyards, cemeteries, and other haunted places, or potentially haunted places. When we get to their videos, I'm just going to grab their latest family adventure here and put that into my catch-up list. We look at shorts on this channel that bring a ton of variety, and these have gotten into 5,000 views and beyond now. One of them over 15,000 views, which is great to see. And we already talked about their live stream. So they're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. We'd love to push them towards the 1,500 subscribers that they're thinking about. Big Valley Living is talking about watch hours as well. Michael's Adventures always goes over and above supporting other creators in that way. Just Jason Keto and more. I wiped the wheel out about 5 minutes ago, but I just added your name back on there. Fairbrick Studios coming up next. Let me see if I can get my my Lego tower going now. Fairbrick Studio has been generously helping me, going way over and above. What I discovered with their channel, they've just been with us a couple of months now, is they were bringing Lego stop motion videos to start with. They've gotten into some video gameplay as well. And I always enjoyed Lego. It was like my favorite toy growing up. I still think it's a wonderful thing. If I was to, you know, have friends that have young children with birthdays and things like that, Lego would be my go-to for bringing to them. Even as my son was growing up, we would just head to the store and grab small Lego kits here and there whenever possible, whenever we were wondering, like, oh, what are we going to do today? Because we would always do a mix of everything. I always enjoyed playing with the kids, whether it's my son, my nephew, my niece, and others. But one of the things they talk about, obviously, is playing games of different types really helps, right? So Lego's great because, you know, you don't need me to tell you this, it's obvious, but it sparks creativity, right? And encourages creativity. But I always had an abundant amount of it. I was very lucky in that way. Some I bought myself. Most was given to me for, like, you know, Christmas and birthday presents and things. But I've always been fascinated by Lego, not to mention, if you think about it, obviously one of the biggest brands in the world. There's nothing like it. I know there's the other company, and I can't remember what they're called, but it's another, like, you know, there's a few companies now that make, like, Lego-type bricks out of plastic. But Lego is Lego, and, you know, they've collaborated with all of the major brands in the world. Lots of TV shows, movies, video games now, and I even enjoy the Lego video games. So this is a really long speech, but basically what happened is there's a game on the phone that I used to play called Tiny Tower. And when we saw Fairbrick Studio, the first couple of times, I noticed that they've got this game, Lego Tower. It's the same game, but Lego's collaborated with them now, and I was so excited because I'm like, oh, I love Lego video games, so I've been playing this. Fairbrick Studio has been helping me. I can pull up my tablet. I know it's hard to see because I've got the green screen going, but what I'll do is I'll show everybody what I've been building here, and Fairbrick Studio has been sending over all kinds of help. So you get this Lego Tower game that you see on their channel, and you start building different floors in an apartment building that's got residences, it's got businesses and restaurants and arcades and museums and all kinds of stuff, and all the little Lego people are in there, and they've got different outfits and different pieces, and you can send them to each other and all this stuff. So it's silly stuff, but I really enjoy it. But Fairbrick Studio is a pro at that game, and they've been sending over all kinds of stuff. So I hope everybody will check these videos out. It really is a fun idle clicker type of game. So this creator now is working on 1,600 subscribers, but like I said, they're mixing up a lot of the video gameplay on the channel. We've seen Battle Cats before on other channels. They're doing spectacularly well when it comes to shorts. They've got several of these into thousands of views, one at almost 7,000, almost 8,000, and now 15,000 views, which is great to see. Live streams are something they've likely experimented with, but we'll see if they're going to continue that. We've got notification bells on for every channel. Of course, that's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for everybody. And then let's spin the wheel. Mike and Rihanna's Adventures is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. They're here with us every day as well. They're fellow Canadians, and they happen to be from Alberta. They bring us variety on their channel. They give us a chance to get to know them. They bring us for outdoor adventures as well, and this is a couple that brings us vlogging content more than anything else. So you see some of the famous Canadian weather that they're getting ready for there, bundling up, but they'll take us out to different destinations, and they really bring a ton of variety. So they got some product reviews here, but they've taken us out for home tours, and it's interesting because I'd thought about that almost as a not the same way that they've done it, but as an idea. But I'm glad to see that they did this, because I think this is fascinating. And you know, not everybody might be into looking at like luxurious homes and things like that, but one thing I find myself doing just occasionally from time to time is we'll have those lotteries here in Canada where they give away houses and cottages and all that kind of stuff, and I always look at the websites and go through the photo galleries and stuff, and you know, it's part of dreaming and things like that. But Mike and Rihanna's Adventures really mix up the content on their channel. They've got some shorts that have done really well, getting into 2,400 views and beyond, one of them at 3,100. Live streams are frequent. They've got a couple of series. So they're here every Sunday for Sunday Fun. And then they do a new series on Wednesdays called Across the Waves, where they're collaborating with other creators, particularly talking about cruising and other travel. Now, when I show you a second channel here, Rihanna's Life Adventures, we see a complementary channel to Mike and Rihanna's Adventures where we get to know them both a little bit better. And then they've got some shorts over here as well. But one of the things you'll notice is they're simulcasting that live stream on both of their channels, which is cool to see. But I've enjoyed these. I've caught them a couple of times already. They're both informative and entertaining. So they've done a really good job collaborating in that series. Shorts on the channel have just started, but we'll keep an eye on them, and then hopefully Rihanna will come out with some more content soon enough. Jonathan Sturgill's in the house. Hugo Homestead has been a dear friend of now about 2 years, I believe. Garden State Gardener has dropped a super chat, so thank you for that. We're going to look at Big Valley Living because I just spun the wheel. And Garden State Gardener, we'll look at both of his channels in a moment because he started a new one, actually. He's got a huge interview tomorrow. He does interviews, I believe, every Sunday during his Sunday Fun Day live streams. And I was lucky enough to be a guest on his channel, actually, a couple of weeks ago. Big Valley Living is up right now. Garden State Gardener will come up next. Jonathan Sturgill is about to be added to our wheel. I'm going to try to speed things up. We've still got over an hour. We can stay if everybody would like. Abandoned Exploring Mike is in the house. I know they were here earlier. Let me get you back onto the wheel. We wiped out the wheel a while back. And Big Valley Living is up here now with over 4,000 subscribers. Pardon me. This is a channel I'm still getting to know. And we'd love to push them towards the 4,200 subscribers they're going to be thinking about. Now I'm going to take this video you've got in the featured position. I'm going to put that one into my catch-up list right now, and that will give me a chance to catch another piece of content. They've got another brand new video as well, Thanksgiving pies, which will be interesting to see. They've got some shorts on their channel, and Big Valley Living obviously coming to us from the homesteading community of channels. And when we look at their shorts videos, we see that these have gotten now into well over 2,100, 2,200 views and beyond. And then when we get into live streams, we see that they're bringing these occasionally, usually about once a month. So we'll keep an eye on the channel, see if we can keep that up. Great to see you've got merchandise already going on your channel and the store page here. So they're using Spreadshop for theirs, which is interesting. We were talking a little bit about this yesterday or the other day. And I have yet to do Tuber Chat merchandise, but I'm thinking about it. So we might think about that. But a lot of people will be interested to know what everybody thinks about some of the print-on-demand services. They all have different products, and they all do, different levels of quality, if we want to call it that. So I'll be interested to know everybody's opinions about the success that they find with some of the print-on-demand services. So That's Big Valley Living. Garden State Gardener's coming up right now. Thank you, Joe, for another super chat. I really do appreciate that. He's done that countless times. We'll look at his second channel in a quick second here. But when we look at Garden State Gardener, we see his channel's growing rapidly. I've described Joe many times as somebody who's probably done more shout-out videos for other creators than anybody that I've seen on YouTube in my 6.5 years. So it speaks volumes about the generosity of this creator. He's done at least 5 Tuber Chat shout out videos. Look at that wheel. So he used the same wheel we use here. It's called wheelofnames.com. It's free, anybody can use it, but look at what he's got going on there. It is not uncommon to find anywhere over 70 people watching when he does his Sunday Fun Day live stream. So that's coming up tomorrow. He's telling us that's a big interview, which is great. He's on 7 p.m. every single week, and there's a registration video that comes out. I'm not sure when he'll put that out. Is it already out? Yeah, I'm not sure if he's going to do a registration video. He usually does, so you can be part of the giveaways, but you want to keep an eye on the channel for that. He's monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. In his content, he brings us gardening updates more than anything else. He does seed swaps with creators, like I said, lots of giveaways, and gardening over 30 years, he's telling us as well. When we get into his shorts videos, we see that some of these are getting into the 3,000 and almost 4,000 views here, and then he's got another channel that he's just started as well, Grow Big TV, where he likely will intend on helping channels grow. So there's just an introductory video over there right now, but they're already working on 300 subscribers, which is great to see. And then they've experimented with a couple of live streams already, and hopefully everybody will enjoy that. I've got my notification on. They're going to simulcast what they're doing tomorrow night as well. So thanks again, Joe. Garden State Gardener, I really do appreciate the extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. Of course, he's going to put his registration video out in an hour. So right after Tuber Chat, we know that we can go over to Garden State Gardener and get ourselves hooked up and in line for those giveaways that are going to happen during tomorrow night's stream from him. Tuber Chat will be off tomorrow. We're back on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern. We mix up the days and times here. Chocolate Drop is back in the house. Let me get them back onto the wheel. We're looking at Trish the Natural right now. Multi-Hunter 247 is here. Good to see you in the house. They're an incredibly supportive channel. I run into them constantly when I'm trying to support others myself. When we look at Trish the Natural, we see a creator that wants to bring us natural hair care and other tips, tricks, product reviews, and ideas when it comes to beauty and other aspects of natural hair care, if that makes sense. This creator also does shout outs throughout her videos, and I found those by accident just by watching the content, and I was so pleased to see that. Now this creator, you can tell, is a dynamic host, but presentation is always at the forefront of her mind. She's got bright, bold headshots with professional looking thumbnails. She has ever since being in the Tuber Chat family and beyond. She's been with us for what I believe is a couple of years now. When we get into live streams, this is something she's experimented with. We'll see if she's going to bring those in frequently. And then when we look at her shorts videos, we see a couple of these have gotten into 2,100 views and beyond. One of the things I like about this channel is the idea that when you roll over the video, or once you get in there, you get an exact idea from the thumbnail of what you expect inside. And I think that's going to pay off for this creator in retention more than anything else. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. Yes, Michael's Adventures posts every single day, sometimes twice a day. He has a lot of wildlife on his channel. Like I said, he's been a beloved and dedicated moderator of 3 years now. Legal Minded Friends Karen Cole is coming up. This is a lawyer from the UK. I got to get you to pardon me just for a second. We're not going to make it 3.5 minutes. I just need a moment. I'll be right back. All right, pardon me for that. Jeremy and Cheryl Cruise Adventures. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Forgive me for not being certain if this is your first time here. I've had two spoonfuls of honey already, Michael's Adventure, since before starting. I have a feeling this is weather related. I'm praying to God it's not going to turn into anything else, but my voice is just about had it for today. I'm going to really have to look after it the next day. It's not for any reason. I really think it's just the season and the weather more than anything else. Wayne's World Unlimited, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Oh, here on Chocolate Drop, here on Tuber Chat, you can't rewind the streams. So there's a setting that anybody can look at. And forgive me, legal-minded friends, Karen Cole, we're going to talk about your channel in a second. So I'm just going to show you something. On a computer, if you go to this Go Live area, it wants to ask you if you're going to do a live stream right now. You have to get through this screen, so you can just click a couple things. And then when you get to the live stream that you're on right now, or one that you're going to set up, this here that says Enable DVR. DVR stands for Digital Video Recorder, and that is where it's similar to what you might expect from, like, you know, a VCR or something like that, or a lot of our streaming services. We can forward and rewind, but when you turn that off, it stops people from being able to rewind the stream. And in most cases, you could just leave it on. It's probably fine. In Tuber Chat, I turn it off because what we don't want is sometimes your finger can accidentally slip if you're on a tablet or a phone, and you don't realize that you're actually behind during a live stream or a premiere, right? And the problem is then people will say something in the chat and it makes no sense compared to what's happening on the screen or what I'm talking about right now, because they're watching behind and it gets confusing. So in most cases it won't matter, or you know, you have to make the right decision for your own channel. It's an extra step you have to go through. I use Streamlabs desktop here, and what happens is when I schedule my streams through Streamlabs, which is basically the #1 reason why I use it, scheduling is easy, it retains the settings from the last stream. Whereas in most cases you might have to set it every time. So that's just an idea. Future Fortune Minds is a new YouTuber, so good to see you in the house. Thank you for being here. Our instructions are always in our video description, so hopefully you will have already met some friends and family members. And then, yeah, Kaiser Gaming YT, forgive me, I didn't, I'm not sure if I said hello. I got you on the wheel earlier. Wayne's World Unlimited is dropping a super chat, so thank you for that. We're going to look at Dark Swordsman Gaming and Wayne's World Unlimited. They've both done that countless times. Legal-minded friends, Karen Cole's a lawyer that comes to us from the UK. She's already started collaborating with other creators. She's on the road to 1K right now at 914 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther. We see that she's got a couple of new videos actually from yesterday. I'm going to put one of these into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. She's also got some shorts on the channel, and we'll see what these have got going on into 1,300 and 1,400 views already. And then when we look at live streams, we see that these are frequent. We see Yellow Shirt Dad over there, and she'll likely be collaborating with others frequently. What Legal-minded friends Karen Cole is bringing us is a catalog of legal information. So hopefully everybody will connect with her. I believe everybody's going to have to deal with some kind of legal information at some point in their life. And as a couple of our lawyer friends bring us this type of content, we'll have a lot of resource to go to when we have to cross those paths, if that makes any sense. And oh, legal-minded friends Karen Cole is a Canadian living in England for 27 years. I didn't realize before now that you were a Canadian, so forgive me for not catching that earlier. And let's spin the wheel prematurely, which I shouldn't have done, but that's okay. We'll see who's going to come up next after our super chatters. But it's going to be Just Jason, Keto, and more. And we caught him for a live stream the other day again. I'll get his channel ready to go. But we did get a super chat from Dark Swordsman Gaming, so we'll put that channel up right now. This creator's done that many times before. They are bringing us video gameplay with live streams and traditional videos. They really mix up the games on their channel with some popular titles. And hopefully everybody will enjoy the variety that you find here. I've been lucky to catch them a few times. Hopefully they'll bring some new content shortly. It's been a few weeks, but Dark Swordsman Gaming's done that kind of thing many times before. And now they're 155 subscribers. So I'm hoping we can push them towards the 200 that they're going to be thinking about as well. So thank you again, Dark Swordsman Gaming, for another super chat. Like I said, they've done that countless times. In the meantime, while I get Wayne's World Unlimited ready for the same reason, if anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. When we look at Wayne's World Unlimited, we see a creator that's bringing a lot of variety in shorts, first of all, and we'll have a look at how a couple of these are performing, some of them getting into 5,000 views and beyond, one over 7,600 and one over 241,000 views. And when we get into videos, we see that this creator is bringing us content frequently, mostly outdoors. They've done product reviews here, but outdoors is where they usually are, giving us an idea or a look around their area and a story to be told. They often bring outtake videos as well, which is interesting to see. I know a lot of people enjoy those. 531 subscribers for Wayne's World Unlimited, and he comes to us from the UK as well. So thank you again for another super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Absolutely unnecessary, but very much appreciated. We always put super chatters on the screen right away. Members get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, and we'll get back to spinning in another moment as well. Judgment Day Mike Harper. No, I cleared the wheel a while ago, and forgive me, I hadn't put you back on yet. I'm going to put you... actually, yeah, I think we did look at Judgment Day Mike Harper, didn't we? And then forgive me if I'm wrong. Hopefully Scratch and PPA will know. Get to the farm still in the house. Oh, and then Dark Swordsman Gaming's got a new game that will be coming out. And then, yeah, Chocolate Drop. I actually use Streamlabs. I'm not sure what I said when I talked about it. So this is Streamlabs. And this is what I use for streaming. Similar to OBS, but it has great scheduling settings, and it retains the settings. StreamYard's the different online platform, but they've got an app now, and hopefully that gets loaded up with some features. I know people have been wishing for an app from StreamYard forever, myself included. And then thank you, Scratch and PPA. I was certain, but thank you for verifying that. Yeah, we looked at Judgment Day Mike Harper earlier. So Just Jason Keto and More is another fellow Canadian, but somebody who happens to be with us just about every day as well. He's got some brand new Thanksgiving stuffing chaffle recipe video here. He talked about this the other day during the live stream. He's working on 1,200 subscribers. He actually streams every Thursday at 7:30 Eastern. We try to catch him when we can. And this creator will help us with healthy eating, healthy living, particularly when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. And then, yeah, KK's travel and education vlogs, I've got you on the wheel. So Just Jason Keto and More has a vibrant community that will help when it comes to the idea of premieres and live streams. The whole chat gets involved, and people are sharing tips and tricks with each other. Pardon me, ideas. And Just Jason Keto himself has a lot of recipes on the channel, product reviews. He and his community together will help us make sense of a lot of the ingredients we need to be aware of when we're thinking about buying different things that are marketed as keto friendly. The recipes will help here. Most of them are very easy to follow with only a few ingredients. And he's got guests that come on the channel as well that will share their life experiences and their tips and tricks and trials and tribulations and things like that. There's a lot of positivity, motivation on the channel. And he says as soon as we get there, there's no finish line to the journey of health. He updates his banner regularly to give us new motivating and inspiring ideas, mottos, or slogans when it comes to the idea, particularly, like I said, of a keto-based diet or lifestyle. So Just Jason Keto and More has been an over-the-top, generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter here in the Tuber Chat family, and hopefully everybody will connect with him and get some of his support coming back to you as well. I really appreciate the positivity that he gives also, because he's talked about Tuber Chat many times on his channel, obviously when I'm there for premieres or live streams. But one of the things he said, particularly the other day, was the idea that he had started his YouTube channel, but after coming into the Tuber Chat family, it really started to take off. And he attributes that, if I understood correctly, to the idea that he started connecting with creators not just in the keto-based category or genre. And, you know, I talk about it often here, but it's the friendships that are made on YouTube, regardless of our niche or category, that give our channels this strong and solid foundation. Because regular viewers, you know, work by the averages of human nature. Some people are going to watch your video a few seconds. Some people are going to watch the whole thing. But it's here in the Tuber Chat community that we find people willing to run playlists that can be a real benefit. They understand the importance, because they're going through it themselves, of running videos from beginning to end and binge watching and trying to show up to support each other. Lots of creators, even here in Tuber Chat, are running the stream in the background, or they come in quickly to say hello and just leave it running while they go and do other things. Some come in and out, and this is all the same things that are going to happen on your channel as well. So anyway, I just wanted to say I appreciate those thoughts, because Just Jason Keto and More talked a bit about that, especially last Thursday while we were in his stream. The networking is absolutely super important. We've had the opposite here. I had one creator come into the Tuber Chat family, and she came in for the day and was doing all the things that we're doing, but she sent me a message afterwards and said, oh, I feel so bad. I don't want to do this. I don't want to subscribe to anybody, and I only want, you know, people interested in my content on my channel and stuff. And hey, you know, we all have to make our own decisions. That's fine. For those of you who follow Beyonce, and forgive me, Ria's Blissful Connections, I just want to see something for a moment. If we go to Instagram and we go to Beyonce, I didn't mean to put my own up there, but it's just in the URL bar. When we look at Beyonce, oh, she's following one person now. Who's she following? It won't show me. She was forever like, look at this, 318 million followers, but not following anybody. And, you know, a long time ago, I think in social media, especially with Facebook, people wanted to look like they've got lots and lots and lots of followers, and it felt like it mattered. But these days, TikTok is really what was responsible for changing that game. People start to understand now that the number of subscribers somebody has or the number of followers is almost not even connected to the exposure or influence that a creator can give, right? You know, it's possible to fake a lot of stuff as well. We've seen. I finally did see a channel that I know 100% bought their way through fake subscribers and things, over 100,000 subscribers. And I'm not going to call out bad behavior or what some people might consider bad behavior. That's opinion. Wrongdoing I'm not going to call out unless it becomes something that's going to be, you know, horrible trolling through the community or something like that. But it's possible, you know, and I think it's useless, right? Because when we think about the ideas behind our motivation here on YouTube, why did you start your YouTube channel? What are your goals? If your goal is to get 100,000 subscribers, you could do that easily. If your goal is to inform people or educate or entertain through your channel, it has nothing to do with numbers. If your goal is finances, 99% of us have monetization on our mind. If your goal is a certain amount of money per month to be coming in, then it doesn't matter how many subscribers or views you have and things like that, because I promise you right now, I can tell you that the YouTubers that I know personally who are making or earning or bringing in the most revenue through their YouTube channels do not have the most subscribers, and I promise you, you'd fall off your chair if you knew what was possible to compared to what we think, and how the hundreds of thousands of subscribers are not necessary to start making hundreds and even thousands of dollars per month. So that's just ideas. So Ria's Blissful Connections is up right now. They're at 999 subscribers. I'm hoping that a few people right now will connect with them if you haven't already. They found us just within the last couple of months, but have been here just about every single day. Obviously a generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter because they happen to be a member. What they started with was bringing us professional education and homeschooling content on their channel. So there's a lot of helpful ideas here, including goal setting and organization. And they've gotten into a bit of newsworthy or polarizing content as well. So shorts on the channel have started to move into 4,800 views and beyond, which is great to see, and hopefully we'll get them to that magical 1K right now. So that's interesting. Yeah, Just Jason Keto and more. I wonder if you follow or know who Seth Godin is. He talks about, even though it's not his own staple, he talks about the motivation behind the idea of the 1,000 true fans. And I forget the name of the influencer who came up with that specifically, if it's the name of a book or something they mentioned in a book. But the idea is, if you have 1,000 true fans, and we're not talking about subscribers, we're talking about people who really do find what you're doing to be impactful in some way, you'll never look for work again the rest of your life. That's all it takes is 1,000 true fans, right? People who will drive to another city to see you and who will buy just about anything you're willing to come out with, right? Whether it's merchandise or books or courses or other kinds of things. So these are ideas. And there's somebody that I follow. So his name is Seth Godin. And let me just type it in here. This is the one daily blog that I read. I have to admit. So I get it every day. I read it almost every day. Depending on time, if I wake up and have to get moving on something, then it's different. But this particular creator brings all kinds of stuff where they help others. And let me see, where's his blog? Seth's blog. And he comes up with just the most incredible, motivating, inspiring things. And he is a creator. You know, when you think about like heroes in the world and things like that, I believe that what I would consider heroes for myself particularly are probably very much different than the mainstream. There's only a couple of people in the world that I literally would like see myself spending thousands of dollars to go and travel and try to connect with, because I think that one-on-one time with them would absolutely be as impactful as we wish. But Seth Godin is one of those. He's got many books. My favorite thing ever to listen to is a podcast that he did called Startup School. It's from 2012, so it's getting dated, but a lot of the fundamentals are still relevant. Startup School, if you wanted to look at that. I've listened to it over and over again. But it has a lot of information that people who are doing the things that we're doing need to hear, in my opinion, if that makes sense. So I just want to put that in there. And again, his name is Seth Godin, if you wanted to follow him. So KK's Travel and Education Vlogs is coming up. We'll go for 3.5 minutes and we'll be right back. All right. Pardon me. We're back. And looking at KK's travel and education vlogs. And this is a creator who's been with us just about every stream lately. They found us just a couple of months ago as well. They're working on 900 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. All of the music, by the way, in the background of Tuber Chat that you hear included in those breaks and what we do, you can barely hear it now, but in the background when I am a little more quiet, all that music can be used in your own videos and live streams. It's available as copyright-free or royalty-free music, and we have a separate channel where you can find it all at the front, bottom of our front page. And there are MP3 links to all of the songs so you can get them for free at the bottoms of the descriptions. Almost every song is there. I plan to, at some point, clean it up and get them all out there. There's about 48 songs over there. So when we look at KK's Travel and Education Vlogs, this is a channel I'm still getting to know. A channel about traveling and education, about having family fun. When we look at their videos, we see that they post frequently. I'm just going to take one of your latest videos. I'm going to take your third latest because this is longer than the other two, and I just want to give you a few watch minutes there. But I'm going to take this Orlando, Florida video. We see that they're posting frequently, so usually at least once a week. When we get into their shorts videos, these have started to move into 2,900, 3,200 views, one over 10,000, which is great to see. And then live streams are something they're going to bring us on the channel later this month, and I'll be looking forward to those. Hopefully I'll catch you for those. We always have notification bells on for every channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. So let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel coming up on the screen. It's the Bankroll is going to come up. They're going to help us with our finances, and you heard me mention it earlier, but with monetization on 99% of our minds, you know, the idea is, wouldn't it be a wonderful world if we could maximize the impact of the revenue that's going to come in? Not to mention channels like It's the Bankroll are going to help us with the finances we're already dealing with. They're going to help us with saving money, budgeting, getting out of debt, and they show us different ways to even earn or make money using some of the popular apps and affiliate programs that are out there as well. So I hope everybody will join It's the Bankroll and see what they've got to say. I am very happy to have a good handful of financial channels in the Tuber Chat family. Now the Stock Explorer is going to come up soon, and we've got a few more that want to help us with our finances, because we don't have enough financial information that comes through our school systems that's forced on us. So we're left to either figure it out for ourselves or take advice from our friends and family. And luckily we have these creators that are going to help us. So It's the Bankroll is working on 1,100 subscribers right now. They're monetized. Lots of ways to, pardon me, support them, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, I'm just going to grab their latest video, and how to save $67 of extra cash even if you're in a low income situation. So I think that will be helpful. They've got a cash stuffing challenge there. If you've never seen these before, this is a very practical way to be able to save money, and what I like about it the most is the fact that it's right in front of your eyes, because they're literally using cash here. We can do things online and with apps and everything else, but when you're holding it in your hand, I think that does something as well. And then you can see their shorts are doing well, getting into well over 5,000, 6,000, and close to 7,000 views now. So I hope everybody will connect with It's the Bankroll. They're another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. They're here with us just about every day as well. Grismatically Clever, good to see you back in the house. Thanks for coming in. I know they've been making appearances just about every single day. Rock Chick Beauty, I'm not sure if I said hello. I know you've been here for a while. She's here from the UK. She's a longtime friend of over 3 years now, actually. And then thank you so much, Fairbrick Studio. And like I said, they've been giving me a lot of help with the game that I thought I was going to stop playing, and then I couldn't bring myself to stop playing. Because I do things in phases. But we play in that Lego Tower game, and I look forward to that every day. I'll be off tomorrow, but I'll be looking at it once a day at least. Home Bartending with John is up on the screen. This is a one-of-a-kind channel in the Tuber Chat family, and what Home Bartending with John does is teaches us how to make some of the world's most popular cocktails from the comfort of our own home. You don't have to have as elaborate a home bar setup as what John's got here, but he does show us what it takes to keep a bar like this replenished, and he shows us the tools that we're going to use to make some of our favorite cocktail behind the bar as well. He also does comparisons between different liquors and liqueurs and a lot of product reviews on the channel. He gets into series where he teaches us how to make several low-calorie cocktails. He's done a couple of those. He's done mocktail recipes if we want something non-alcoholic, because there's more of those than I thought there was. And then as well, he takes requests on his channel. He's already done at least a couple for me. So as you get to know Home Bartending with John, if there's different types of drinks that you've heard of and not seen, he'll show us. And he often gives us different recipes for some of the things as well. Where he'll give us different variations, because there can be a traditional recipe for a cocktail that's made, and then we see in movies and television that it's been changed a little bit, and he brings us through those stories as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with Home Bartending with John. He also happens to be a silver member here, so we see his channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, just like that. And then next up is Abandoned Exploring Mike. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. Pardon me. We've still got a little over a half an hour to go if everybody wants to stay that long. Lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. I'll get some onto our wheel actually right now, I think. Let's get to the farm on there. M&T Living and Cooking will be added right now. Steve and Tina Jewel. The Mother and Daughter Duo. And then I'll add some more as we need them. Pardon me. I'm going to try to speed things up, though. My voice has had it for today, as you can hear. And I'm going to have to take it easy for the next day and a half. We're back on Monday. We won't be here tomorrow. Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern, by the way. So Abandoned Exploring Mike is somebody who is willing to crawl into some deep, dark places to bring us their content. Forgive me, Rooted in Essential Oils. I didn't put you back on the wheel after I cleared it earlier, but I've got you on there now. Abandoned Exploring Mike has got 1,700 subscribers. Now, this creator is going to take us... what they say on their about pages, they're an urban explorer of abandoned buildings in Yorkshire and surrounding areas, always on the search for new and better places to explore. And they want to show us things as they are, always leaving things as they find them. But like I said, they're willing to crawl into some deep, dark places to bring us some of their content. They've got some shorts that bring a lot of variety. These get into 2,300, 2,800 views, went over 5,100. And live streams are something they've been bringing us as well. They did the one chip challenge. That's something you'll never see me do. I can't take the heat for any of that stuff. I enjoy seeing other people do it because of the reaction, of course, that you're going to have when you catch this. But it's great to see they're collaborating with other influencers as well. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting to Abandoned Exploring Mike. I've lost track of how long they've been with us. It feels like a year already. I could be mistaken. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get the Stock Explorer up here in a second. Stock Explorer comes to us from Florida, and they actually bring us two channels. We'll look at both of those in a moment. You know, I said it earlier, but I'm thankful to have a few channels that are going to help us with our finances. When we talk about the Stock Explorer, we're talking more about investing than anything else, because they're going to talk about the stock markets and crypto markets in a level-headed and down-to-earth way. They do that through shorts, videos, and live streams. Norwegian Homestead, I'm getting you back onto the wheel. Jesse Miller Unboxings and more is here also. When we dig through the Stock Explorer's content, particularly in videos, we're going to find that this creator often has product in hand. Sometimes there are charts and graphs for us to see on the channel. Sometimes it's friendly conversation, but I've seen them go as far as to invest in a stock, order a product from the company, and then unbox that product on a live stream Pardon me as well. When we look at shorts on the channel, we see that this creator brings a lot of variety here. And they've really expanded the content on their channel to bring us more fun content. We see that they've gotten into 2,500, 3,600 views, 7,300, which I think is great to see. And then those will likely continue to grow as they post more and more. And live streams are frequent on the channel. The Stock Explorer goes live as often as they can. Lately, what they've been doing is a lot of lottery ticket scratching. But like I said, there's a lot of friendly conversation here. So sometimes there's charts and graphs when they're talking about stocks particularly, but they also have StreamYard panels, and I've joined them on their channel actually a while back for a 2-hour conversation about YouTube because they care deeply about their Tuber Chat community and the community surrounding their channel. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including Super Chats and memberships when we get there. And the Stock Explorer is here as a beloved and dedicated moderator as well. Now, every moderator on this channel is a dear friend of mine. They have been for a long time. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you'll be welcome to meet more friends and family members for your own channel in the same way we do here in Tuber Chat. Tropical Buzz is a second channel that the Stock Explorers got set up where they intend on educating us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they're going to grow themselves. And like I said, they happen to be in Florida, so growing season is longer there than it is in some of our climates. I'm in Canada, of course, so much different than where I am. 243 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can push Nora towards the 300 subscribers that they're thinking about. We'll spin the wheel and we'll get to Norwegian Homestead right now and we'll see what they've got going on for today. And we still got a half an hour to go. If anybody wants to swap playlists in the chat for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you. And if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. When we look at Norwegian Homestead, we see a channel I'm still getting to know. They've got 145 subscribers right now, but they're letting us know that this year they left the city and moved to their new homestead. They just started this a couple of months ago, actually. Then, when we look at their videos, we see that they're posting fairly frequently, usually at least a couple of times a week. And then they've got shorts on the channel as well that have started. These are already getting into hundreds of views, which is great. So hopefully that continues. I'm sure it will as they post more and more. So that's Norwegian Homestead. Hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. I know you'll enjoy the support that comes back from them They've been with us just about every day lately as well. Moon Boots, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Rooted in Essential Oils is coming up right now. Michael's Adventures also happens to be an advocate when it comes to the idea of essential oils. And while I don't know nearly anything about a lot of them, I understand that there's much to learn from creators that are going to talk about these. Rooted in Essential Oils. This is Famous. Yes, it's my real name. They're a husband, a father, and then a brother and a lot of siblings. And they wish they had started sooner. They've been at this for a couple of years. They want to share their tips and tricks and some plant-based products and other things. We'll get an idea from their About page. I'm just going to have a look at their videos before anything else. This is a channel I'm still getting to know as well. They've been with us just about every day for the last month or so, though, every time we stream, for which I'm grateful. And then we look at their shorts videos and we see that these have gotten into 1,700 and 2,400 views and beyond. What I'm going to do is take one of your latest live streams. I'm going to do this question answer one. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators, and then that'll give me a bit of an idea about the channel. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go in another moment here. Chocolate Drop is coming up. That's somebody who is referring to me as Mr. Customer Service, whether we're here or outside. I know that's because of my voice and the way I talk, but I've been lucky enough to catch Chocolate Drop. She was actually live yesterday. I missed that one, but I've been catching her frequently. She's almost at 900 subscribers right now. Now, Chocolate Drop is a popular name for a channel, so I hope you will search, find, and sort out your search results so that you can get her avatar and match that. I know that doesn't make sense. What I mean is just dig through the search results until you find that channel. Pardon me. For me, I'm already subscribed, so it's easy to get to her. We know she's got 897 subscribers right now. Live Life and Coupons is what she mentions in her banner, but she actually brings a lot of variety on her channel. She's always smiling, always laughing. She brings us some gardening tips, some slot gameplay, some haul videos. And then when we get into shorts, we see that this creator is doing well, getting into 2,400, 2,500 views. One of them over 7,700. When we get into live streams, we see that she's bringing us for some looks around. I thought she was bringing us a couple of places. Am I mistaken? Yeah, she's live frequently now. So I missed yesterday's. I just caught her 4 days ago, and she's already done 4 streams since then. So she's going almost every day now. And she always has positive and inspirational things to say to us here in the Tuber Chat live streams as well. So hopefully everybody will connect with her. I know you'll enjoy the support that comes back from her. The mother and daughter duo is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on. And my flock is everywhere. I cleared the wheel a while back. We've been doing that once per stream, almost every stream lately. I'm just going to put your name back on the wheel right now. And when we look at the mother and daughter duo, we see obviously a mother and daughter. They came into the Tuber Chat family just over a month ago. They are on the road to 1,000 subscribers already, but they're bringing us outdoors just as much as giving us a chance to get to know them indoors as well. When we get through their videos, we get an idea of the variety that they're bringing us. And then when we get into their shorts videos, we see that these have started to move as well. 1,400 views on one of them, 2,100 views on another one. And then when we get into live streams, we see that they're taking us outdoors as well as giving us a chance to get to know them. So hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. And it's a channel I'm still getting to know. But like I said, they've been with us regularly lately. So obviously a loyal and dedicated supporter. I see them out supporting other channels all the time as well. The Stock Explorer we just looked at, so we're one channel ahead. I'm going to remove them from the wheel. We'll get ready to look at one more channel. And what we'll do right now is go on a break for 3.5 minutes. We'll come back, and we've already looked at Just Jason Keto and more as well. I haven't done a good job today of cleaning up the wheel. We'll spin one more time. If anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Follow the Bradley's Fun is coming up in 3.5 minutes. All right, we're back and looking at Follow the Bradleys Fun. I see Susan A and Outgoing Azzy. I've put them both on the wheel. We always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Follow the Bradleys Fun is here with us just about every day as well. Family vlogs, live streams, essays, Disney, Universal, travel, and some newsworthy content they expect to bring to us. We got more information on their About page, but they're going to bring us Florida-based content more than anything else. Some of their shorts have done really, really well. We can see they're working on some watch hours there also. If anybody in the house would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say so in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. They've got some shorts here that have done really well. 17,000, 23,000. One of them over 157,000 views. And then live streams are something that they bring to us frequently. I missed one from a couple of days ago, but hopefully I'll catch the next one. They've got one scheduled for closer to the end of the month, but they'll probably do another couple between now and then. Don Yarndall, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. And we'll see what's happening with Outgoing Azzy. This is a incredibly outgoing creator. So I don't know what you're talking about there, Outgoing Azzy. So my like thing shows 85 subscribers. I know it's possible for those numbers to be faked. And I also promise you I know exactly how that's done. So we see channels that have subscriber counts more than they should, like counts more than they should, and everything else. And there's a saying out there, I don't know exactly how it goes, but in order to be a good cop, you have to be able to think like a good criminal or something like that. So I promise you, I know how all of that stuff is done. I will never engage because I'll always get called out if anybody ever caught me doing wrong, so I can't anyway. But I insist on doing things organically. So I don't know if there's a glitch or if somebody's trying to send over the robots that give you like the fake likes and stuff like that. There's a setting you can put on your live streams and things that will stop that kind of thing from happening. Maybe not completely, but almost certainly. Yeah, I'm not hacked, Outgoing Azzy, 99% sure. One of the things I can let everybody know, though, is, things like hacking are absolutely real. For any of us on Facebook, we probably know somebody who's had a Facebook account broken into, and Facebook was supposed to be one of the best ones for security, but it happens from time to time. The other day I noticed that somebody was trying to get into my Facebook again. It happens every few months. So I change my passwords frequently, different passwords for every service. I change them around so that they can't be guessed. Even the people who know me the best, even my family and stuff like that, probably wouldn't be able to get into any of my things. You can use password programs and things like that, of course. Anyway, so here we go. We got Outgoing Azzy up on the screen right now, and this is one of the most outgoing creators that I have seen. And I'm sure, yeah, Outgoing Azzy, I mean, in some circles, hacking of any kind could be considered a crime, I'm sure. Ethical hacking is something that's meant to help, like when you break into Wi-Fi's and stuff like that to try to get things working. I don't know anything about it. I just know that it's a thing that's out there. And then, I would like to think that most people here in the Tuber Chat family, if not everybody, would always use their powers for good as opposed to evil. But there's things like spamming and trolling and nonsense that go on all online platforms, and that's where some of that hacking nonsense comes from. So if you haven't already changed things up, you might certainly want to. And one of these days, hopefully, we'll have a talk about security and some of the things we can do to try to cut that stuff down. 16,000 views, 32,000 views, 34,000 views on a few of these shorts here from Outgoing Azzy. And streams are something that they've done frequently. I caught their very first stream a long time ago. We'll see if they're going to pick those back up. Susan A is on the wheel. Shanster Travels is about to be added. Don Yarndall was put on there as well. Let's spin the wheel. I'm really going to race through channels right now because we just got about 20 minutes left for today. Steve and Tina Jewel is coming up. We'll see what they've got going on. It's been a while since we've had them on the screen, so I'll be happy to see what they've been up to. I imagine I'm behind, but we'll catch up in a second. And Steve and Tina Jewel is now at almost 2,700 subscribers. They're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. I see that they've got a video right on their front page. So I'm going to put this one. It's in the featured position in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch another piece of content. And they are originally from Tanzania, East Africa. And Steve is from England, so that's Steve and Tina. They moved to Canada, Vancouver Island. Are they Canadian? Oh, Steve and Tina Jewel, I should have known that. Forgive me, I must have known that before, fellow Canadians. I'm in Niagara Falls. I split my time between Niagara Falls and Toronto. And then let's look at their shorts videos, and we see that Steve and Tina Jewel here have gotten into 22,000 and 42,000 views on a couple of these, so the shorts are going really, really well. And then live streams are something that they seem to be doing fairly frequently as well, usually at least once a week on Sundays, so they'll do a trivia live stream again tomorrow. Hopefully I might be able to catch a little bit of that. I got some family stuff going on, but in between driving all over the province, hopefully I'll do that. Hopefully I'll be able to catch that, is what I mean to say. Susan A, yes, 3:30 a.m. in Australia, so thank you for that. I try to mix up the days and times so that it can be a little more convenient for a lot of our friends, and we can meet different people from around the world in different time zones. But I know Australia can be a little bit of a struggle to catch a lot of what we do, especially when they're in the middle of the afternoons and things like that. Get to the Farm is up right now, and this is an interesting story because these two channels have similar content only in the idea of the narration. Get to the Farm is actually narrating the content on I Want to Know. And this is a husband and wife combo. They got separate channels, but they both have very informative videos. Actually, I was blown away when I featured Get to the Farm many months ago and actually sat and went through some of their content to hear just how much information they pack into every video. Sanjeev, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in for the first time. Grave Prower, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. And Get to the Farm does a lot of shout outs on their channel. They're focused on the homesteading community, but they have a lot of how-to and tips and tricks in their videos. So they really take a lot of time to get to know the channels that they're going to feature in their videos, and then they talk about the things that those channels bring us. When we look at shorts on their channel, we see that these bring more variety, but they've gotten into 4,000 and almost 5,000 views. Live streams on the channel are something that they've done in the past. They've talked about the idea of possibly bringing those back. If they do, they'll allow everybody to connect the same way that we do here in Tuber Chat. They are obviously focused on the homesteading community. I Want to Know is a channel that talks to us about the unexplained. The idea, of course, is that if we want to know, they want to know. And so they share these ideas with us. The videos are narrated by Get to the Farm, but they're always very informative as well as entertaining. So today, Sanjeev, thank you for asking. I'm probably not going to be able to get any more channels onto the wheel for today. We're close to the end of the live stream. We've been on for over 2.5 hours already. My voice has just about had it, but that's why we cut the streams at 3 hours. And then we'll be back on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern. I Want to Know is here with 420 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little closer to the 500 that they're thinking about. They give you more information on their About page, of course. And they've dressed that up a few times, actually, and changed it up. They've also gotten into close to 1,000 views on some of their shorts. So hopefully everybody will connect with them and we'll push that channel a little bit farther. Susan A is coming up right now, another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. I know it's tough to catch some of these streams because we mix up the days and times, but but we're lucky that you caught us for today. 430 subscribers for Susan A right now. We'll see what you got going on for videos. I can see I'm behind. I'm just going to take your latest Dolly the Parrot video and put that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up a little bit. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 2,300 and 2,400 views and beyond. Live streams on the channel happen frequently as well, or occasionally, but they just did one a few days ago, so hopefully we'll catch another one. We've got notification bells on for every channel. That's in the spirit of catching as much content from each other as we can. Shanster Travels is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on their channel. They're collaborating with others all the time, and they've sent friends over here into the Tuber Chat family. They've been with us for what I believe is a year now. And Shanster Travels, we'll see what she's got going on for today. You've got a video in your featured position. It's quite short, but I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. I'm still going to go through your videos though and see what you've been up to lately, because I'm sure I'm behind. I'm just going to grab the latest one from yesterday. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That will give me a chance to get caught up there. And then as well, shorts videos on this channel have started to get into 6,700 views. One of them almost at 10,000, which is great to see. Live streams are something that they do frequently, but I see Shanster Travels actually out there collaborating with other creators all the time in StreamYard panels. Obviously, they're bringing us travel content, and they'll give you more ideas. They also love to bake, cook, decorate, and remodel. They might bring some of that on their channel as well. So we'll keep an idea, or we'll keep that in mind when we catch the channel and go through their content. Sanjeeb, yeah, probably. So what we do is we always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat, but I put lots of channels on the screen from our chat list in most cases based on how active everybody's been in the chat. So the more you participate, the more opportunity you have, or faster opportunity to be on the wheel and the screen. Once in a while, we can get to everybody, or everybody who's able to stay for a lengthy amount of time. Most often, we just get through as many channels as we can. Jonathan Sturgill's up here right now. This is another creator who's been with us just over a month. They've got 5,000 subscribers already, and they bring us a lot of music and then musical instrument and gear reviews. And they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships. When we get there, we see that they post usually once a week or so. When we get into shorts videos, we see that these have started to move now. One of them over 1,500 views, and hopefully everybody will enjoy connecting with them. Jonathan Sturgill's been with us just about every single day. I say every day, but really what I mean is every time we stream. We're usually here 3 or 4 times a week. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. For anybody that's brand new here in the Tuber Chat family, our instructions are always in our video description for how to connect with creators. It starts with a conversation. And for anybody that is brand new to Tuber Chat, my best advice is to mention the idea that success comes from generosity and doing for others much more than you expect them to do for you. It starts by heading to other people's channels, supporting them in all the ways you wish they would for you. Most creators who've been with us many times before will not go to a brand new channel that they see in the chat that they don't recognize, with good reason. And I'd almost advocate for that idea, because you want to see what people are saying in the chat to get an idea of how supportive somebody might be before connecting with them. Comic Journey's a member. I'm going to put them on the wheel right now. MNT Living and Cooking is up on the screen. Comic Journey says, should we post a video every day? You can. What we've seen in the Tuber Chat family, and what I've noticed over the last 6 years, more than 6 years now, is that any channel that posts a video of any kind of quality over, or let's say once per week, that's enough to make a channel grow organically. The things we do here speed things up, and if you can post more often than that, you'll likely speed up the success of your channel. So every day, if you're able to do it, could be a great idea, but the analytics will really tell you the story. If you can get up to a point where you're posting once a week, that would be what I would say is the minimum to get a channel to grow organically. There is a possible way to make too much. I would put quality over quantity in most cases. Scott Rambling with the Broom says that he posts 2 shorts, 2 streams, and 2 videos per week, and that is what has made his channel start to really move. Of course, when you post a little bit more, it helps, but you have to think of your channel also in the idea of having different audiences. Some people like watching shorts, some people like watching live streams, and some people like watching videos. Not everybody likes all of them, and not everyone is going to cross over to every single one as well. So there are some people who like more than one type of content, but not everyone. So you got to think about that as well. M&T Living and Cooking is up on the screen with almost 1,600 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the next milestone. Family friendly content for everyone is what they say, from cooking, fishing, RC cars, Royal Caribbean cruises, taste tests, and reviews. They're monetized, lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And I have caught these creators out supporting others many times before. I run into them constantly. When I get into shorts videos, we see that they're getting into 5,000 views and beyond on many of these. One over 20,000 views, which is great to see. Live streams on the channel are fairly frequent as well. They're usually doing these at least once a week, sometimes twice a week. And M&T Living and Cooking, like I said, are incredibly supportive creators. That's great, Grave Prower. If you can post every day, that's wonderful. And like I said, the analytics will tell you the story. You know, I've pushed a bunch of stuff out there probably too quickly. Like I posted a bunch of shorts in daily series, and I think that that was detrimental, actually. From now on, if I was to do another series of shorts videos, I'd put them out every 3 days. But that's only because I would only intend on doing a few, and I don't have a magic formula for those just yet. Nothing that I've done myself. Most creators here in the Tuber Chat family have got lots more views on their shorts than I have. Anybody with significant success. The biggest short that I've posted for myself has only got 3,000 views, which I'm happy to have. You know, I consider that a popular video. Anything over 1,000 I consider popular in a roundabout sort of way, right? You know what I mean? But lots of creators here in the Tuber Chat family have gotten into now tens of thousands of views, hundreds of thousands of views. I think we saw one creator with over 1 million, but I can't remember for the life of me which creator that was. It's somebody who comes in only occasionally. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More is over 1,700 subscribers right now. This is a creator who's supporting all of my channels. We have a few creators here in the Tuber Chat family that do, many actually, and I don't mean not to mention it all the time, but Jesse Miller Unboxings and More has really spent a lot of time this past year supporting both our music channel, my personal channel, those of us here in Tuber Chat. And she's been a friend now of what I think is 3 years. It's got to be getting close to it. Obviously, she brings unboxing videos more than anything else, monthly subscription services, and some more variety in her content as well. When we get into her shorts, we see that these have gotten into 1,200, 1,300 views, one over 2,200. And when we get into live streams, we see that these are occasional. She just did one a couple of days ago. Hopefully I'll catch another one from her. We've got notification bells on for every channel, of course. And then, Cabaret Gaming, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Comic Journey's coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on. And if anybody hasn't already given a thumbs up for this live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done. You don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. Recently, their son reignited the love they once had for the comic book hobby, which is interesting. So they're bringing that to us on their channel with a lot of information on their About page. I myself, when I was much younger, I used to buy comic books like literally for the purpose of reading them, especially when I was doing it. I wasn't really into a lot of the Marvel and DC stuff as much as everybody was. I had a few, but when G.I. Joe and Transformers came out, I started getting into a lot of those special edition ones. ones and everything. This creator's got videos that are being posted occasionally right now. They just put one out a few days ago, but hopefully they'll continue posting more frequently. And then they've got shorts videos that have gotten into 6,400 and 6,500 views. When we get into live streams, we see that they're doing these usually once a week or a couple times a week. One of the things I've heard, and it comes from that guy Seth Godin I was talking about earlier in the stream. I'm not sure where he got it from or if he came up with it. He does a great job with coming up with things as well. Kaiser Gaming YT, forgive me, I must have taken you off the wheel when we wiped it out and not put you back on. Let me get Kaiser Gaming YT on there. I just put Neil Collects on as well. Don Yarndall is coming up right now. We'll see what they've got going on for today. What Seth Godin described, I'm not sure if it's his idea or he got it from somewhere else, but comics work, like comic books. Most of us have seen comics, whether you've owned a comic book or seen one, or whether you've seen it in a newspaper or other places. But the way he describes it is to say that comics work because of what happens in between the panels. We have to use our imagination because, let's say in a DC comic, Superman's over here doing something, and then, you know, the bat signal goes off and somebody goes flying off somewhere else, and all of a sudden we see them where they are next. But what happened during that time has to happen only in our mind's eye. So this is why comics can be so magical and why people are drawn to them. And then Dawn Yarndall has 808 subscribers right now. I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards the 900 she's thinking about. She's collaborating with creators all the time. I wonder if are you keeping those streams up? Because I caught her finally the other day. Was this the one I caught you for? Because I thought I caught you after that. Or are you letting some of your streams go afterwards? I'm not sure. I thought I saw her the other night again. Videos she's got on her channel, she's posting frequently. Hopefully we'll see another one soon. It's been a few weeks, but she's streaming all the time. Shorts videos have started on the channel as well, getting into hundreds of views, which is great. And she's monetized. Lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. So she collaborates with other creators all the time. And there you go. There's a StreamYard panel right there with a bunch of these creators together. And Darn Yarndall is obviously a dynamic host as well. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. Neil Collects is coming up. We'll see what this creator's got going on from the UK. And Neil Collects is actually going to talk to us about a lot of different collectibles, I believe, including comic books, as a matter of fact. I thought one of the first videos I saw from him or live streams featured a bunch of comic books in the background. I thought they were vinyl records, but I could be mistaken. So when we look at this channel, I'm going to look at the latest video because they've been posting frequently. I can see I'm behind. I'm going to put this in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with them. And they're talking about collecting trading cards to coins, I believe. Oh, they also do reviews. Yes, products, video games, comics, I believe they have on their channel as well. Shorts videos have gotten into 3,000, 4,000, and 5,000 views, and lots of the usual suspects are here. There's, is that a comic or a card? Yeah, comics. There you go. Lots of comics on the channel, I'm sure. And then let's see live streams. Neil Collects is live frequently as well. I caught them the other day, and they seem to be streaming several times a week. Neil Collects been a longtime friend as well. And let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen in a moment. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to everybody. And if anybody would like to swap playlists with each other for the purpose of gaining watch hours, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists in the chat. Other creators should reach out to you. If you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody's free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. My flock is everywhere is here right now. They're going to talk to us about the unexplained as well. I see them out supporting other creators all the time, and they're usually talking to us about unknown and unexplained content. I see them supporting others. I've seen this before. I think Kristen follows this guy. I don't know if it's TikTok or whatever. We're doing reactions all the time. as well live stream. So I don't know if they've wiped a bunch of their content or if I'm mistaken. And then hopefully, so they got a stream coming up tonight actually. But my flock is everywhere. Very supportive channel, both here in Superchat, obviously a loyal and dedicated supporter, but I've seen them out supporting others as well. Many times. And let's look at Kaiser Gaming YT. This is a gaming channel from Chris's Clever Craft. We'll look at his original channel in a quick moment here. Thank you everybody for the 100 likes. Yeah, we did it. We don't do it every day, but thank you for that. Ever since we started slowing the streams down, we dip back below, but it's always an exciting milestone to hit. Kaiser Gaming YT has 570 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them towards the 600 they're thinking about. They're posting many times a day. I'm just going to grab the latest video. I accidentally downloaded that. Clicking everything all over the place here. And I'm going to put this video on my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get another piece of content watched. They're doing some shorts videos that have gotten into 4,000 and well over 5,000 views. And then they've got live streams on the channel. Hopefully those will continue. But this is a gaming channel from Chris's Clever Craft. We'll look at his original channel in a second. He's been a friend of about 3 years as well, I think. Could be a little bit less than that. But it's getting close. Chris's Clever Craft is known as somebody who brings fun everywhere that he goes. He's brought a series of videos. He has an interesting property he brings us for a look around, as well as a chance to get to know him. And then a lot of do-it-yourself videos on the channel, both indoors and outdoors. He's done series, and one of his shorts videos here is still moving at 11,000 views, which is great to see. Live streams are something he's done occasionally, but Chris gives us a chance to get to know him on his channel as well. So thank you everybody for the time that you spent. I really do appreciate every moment everybody can spend. I know not everybody can be here every single day or for hours every time we stream. I'm going to leave this live stream running right now for an extra 3 minutes like we always do, so everybody can clean up their connections here. We're off tomorrow. I've got some family stuff to attend to, and then we're back on Monday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Thank you to our moderators. Hild the DC, the Stock Explorer, Rambling with the Brooms was here, and of course Scratch and PPA and Michael's Adventures. I really do appreciate all the help that they give, because we wouldn't be able to do it if they weren't able to help. And we'll see everybody again soon. So thanks everyone. Bye-bye.